Tech, just point at me. Point at me.
Point at you.
All right. What's up, everybody? We are here. This is the Mentality Show for our, I'm going to say, 12th rendition of the Mentality Show at the crib, at home. We are here. We are live, as we've been doing for the past 3 months now. And we are chilling at home, working from home remotely, as everybody else is doing right now. We're going to get into that in a second. We're going to talk about all the things. We're going to talk about how Rona is getting her revenge back. Rona is like an IG chick, right? You know, she was on IG. She got all this attention, and then all the protests took the attention from her. Now she's back with a vengeance, showing pubic hairs and everything, you know. So we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about all these dumb things going on with our politicians. Just get into all the normal stuff we've been talking about for the past few weeks. We've actually changed the subject a little bit last week. We're trying to do that, but there's so much going on in the world right now. We have so much to talk about. We are here. We are live. I'm your host, Delano. Got my man, Tech C, KC. Got Scully, Vato V. And we got Dr. C here with us today. That is my man, Dr. Williams. He comes on the show every once in a while. We try to have him on every other week or so. He's going to talk about some things, give his perspective, because, you know, we can kind of go off on the deep end and we need some validation sometimes. So we bring him on the show because he's the most educated. Then that'll be me. I'm the second most educated. And KC will probably be last. KC will be last on that list. But I'm sure he has something to say there. So anyway, let's get into it. So gentlemen, and I got to say this, the views and opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of everyone on this show or everyone who's watching. So viewer discretion. We don't give a fuck. Let's say it. Okay, there we go.
Give a fuck.
We don't give a fuck. So let's get into it, gentlemen. I'm just going to open the floor as I've been doing here for these Zoom shows for you to speak your mind, talk about what's been on your mind throughout the whole week. We're also going to do this thing called Scully's Red Rants. We'll be getting into that. That's been a popular segment on the show. So, gentlemen, the floor is yours. Let's go ahead and start with our guest, Dr. C. Dr. C, Dr. Christopher Williams. What is on your mind, man? What do you want to talk about?
I'm just talking about the way politics are today. It's just insane. That's all. Especially with this Trump Russia stuff going on, and just Trump in general. But I don't want to digress.
Oh no, digress.
I was reading where he basically said that he's going to lose the election. Did you guys read about that?
Yeah. Well, he said that.
Yes. He said I'm going to lose the election because basically he said the American people are stupid, and that's why he's going to lose the election.
What?
Because they're stupid and they're going to vote for Biden. He said that on the interview with Sean Hannity.
Wow.
What is he thinking?
Well, that's better than how it's been with the American people are stupid, so they are going to vote for me. So I guess that's a little bit better than.
Actually, what I think that's his way of getting people to vote for him.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? You know what's funny is that people are going to vote for him.
Yep, I agree. I think that's his way of doing it. He says, yeah, I'm going to lose because people are dumb. They're going to vote for Biden. And Biden, he's just not going to do anything. And people are like, no, I'm not stupid. I'm not going to vote for Biden. Yeah, I'm going to vote for Trump. See? That's his, reverse psychology.
That's exactly what it is. And that's just one of the things on the list of dumb things he said this week. This guy said so many dumb things. I mean, the one, of course, right now, people have turned this whole mask wearing thing into a political thing where if you wear a mask, you're not a Trump supporter. If you don't wear a mask, then you support Trump. Because
that's so stupid.
Yeah,
he's that.
That's what's going on now. Yeah, that's what the thing is now. Mm-hmm.
You know what I think about that? You know what I think about that?
Wait, who said that?
That Trump.
Trump is he never wears a mask. He says it shows weakness and all this from the same guy who hid in the basement during the protest. It shows weakness and
he went to go check it out. He went to go investigate it. He didn't.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's what he said.
Well, I mean, they all be hiding. Biden's been in his basement for like 3 months and they won't let him talk. But You know what? Trump's copying me, bro. Don't give him all the credit.
No, Trump
Haven't
is
had a
not.
mask.
He's not wearing a mask because, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the guy gets this whole thing. Biden has been doing the smart thing.
He's as badass as me, bro. He's just trying to be as cool as me.
Okay, yeah. These redheads stick together. I tell you that. No, he's Trump is.
Trump's a redhead?
No.
Trump's an orange head.
So is Scully.
Trump
Scully was a redhead in his 20s. Now, I guess when you pass 40 or 50, you end up, it turns orange. So, so Trump basically is defying this whole mask wearing thing. So it's out there psychologically that if you do not wear a mask, you support Trump. And I mean, in times like this, we need our leaders to step up. Okay, we need our leaders to be the example. And even other Republicans, they're urging Trump to wear his mask so people can at least, these dumb people out there that support him can at least see that and go, oh, okay, well, maybe I need to wear a mask from now on, where, when I go shooting at niggers and stuff, So that's basically the whole mentality out there regarding all these politics and everything. And it's dumb that he's turned this epidemic into politics, that it's become, whole thing is turned into politics.
He did the same thing. He turned the police brutality protest into politics.
Yeah.
And that's what he does.
Yeah, you got people out there. I mean, right now the numbers, Vato V is going to throw those out in a second. He always throws those stats out there. But you got a lot of people. Tons of people who are dying here in the United States. I know we're like fourth or somewhere like fourth, or I may be wrong about that in the world as far as corona deaths. And all he can do is tweet about.
Oh, we're number one. We're number
We're
one.
number one, baby.
Number one, baby. America.
USA.
Hey, put it this way, anything that's bad, the United States is number one.
So we're number one with corona deaths, and he's tweeting about who put paint on some Confederate dead statue of a dead person. That's his focus. He's trying to get, all that shit he did in 4 years ago that got him his base, and that shit's played out, man. It's over. It's done.
Look, you know what?
Trump has played out.
There's something that D.L. Hughley said, and it was funny, and it was kind of an ironic thing. Like he talked about, like, so Black Lives Matter is like a civil rights movement, correct? That so everybody could be equal. But then again, Trump is saying in his tweets that it's a domestic terrorist group in America. But then again, he's over here protecting statues that are racist, in the history of America. Right. So what is the irony there? You're protecting statues that are of people that are dead, that have been racist, that have been confirmed racist, that own slaves. But then you have Black Lives Matter people that are trying to make it, so that blacks also have an equal opportunity in this country. But this fucker's blocking that, and he's calling them domestic terrorists. It just makes no sense, man.
Okay, so so this is a good conversation because I have questions. I've been looking into all this crap to find out who's who and what's what. So when I looked up the Black Lives Matter website probably about a month or so ago, it's changed since, but they were all about defunding the police. So as soon as I opened the webpage, it said defund police, and I went click. I closed it because I discredited them right off the bat. Mm-hmm. But like, you see a lot of controversy and people talking, and this is good. Like, I'd like to hear everyone's feedback on it. Like, where are they with the rest of the bullshit? Like, there's murders every day. Like, every fucking day, there's black people dying.
Yeah.
Like that Chicago, that's what got me looking. The Chicago thing where they had like 100 and some odd fucking shootings and the baby died and all that crap. Why aren't they addressing that stuff? Like, that is actually legit questions. Like, why are they only addressing?
Them niggas in Chicago been killing each other for a long time. That ain't new. They just how they do it.
But if they're saying that they just want equality and Black Lives Matter, then they should be all over that shit.
Well, okay. So let me address what you're saying there, Scully. Black Lives Matter is kind of a new thing. It's been around for the past maybe 7 years. And even before Black Lives Matter, that whole thing has been just the black community. We've been addressing that for years and years and years about black on black death and all that type of stuff. The whole crack epidemic and everything like that. We've been, fighting that whole thing for years and years and years. As far as inequality and all that, that's been going on even before, black on black crimes and all that stuff. This thing has been going on. If you look at these programs, these documentaries from the 1940s and 1920s and 1960s, it's all, and then you look at documentaries today, it's all the same thing. Black folks has been dealing with this for 400 years now. And
we know that, but
may I say something real quick?
This,
Isn't the Black Lives Movement have to do with police brutality?
Yes.
I'm just asking.
It has to do with police
that's
brutality
what it's strictly addressing as police brutality.
No, that's the biggest thing, but it's addressing inequality. Well, now it's moved on. This new movement has been more towards racism and inequality and all that. And the whole police brutality thing is a result of that, It's a result of racism, basically. So, yeah.
Honestly, I don't think we have any time for any protests right now.
Yeah, I mean, I told you guys Rona was going to come back with a vengeance. She's going to be jealous, and she's coming back hard, and that's exactly what's going on.
Well, the protest, I think what ignited this whole thing was a protest. People didn't realize that this shit was going to fuck them up. They think that I'm going to go out there and protest. That's what blew everything up. You got people in arms, like, together, like, fuck, this shit just blew up. You know what I mean? So this is the reason why it blew up. It's not because, like, people are going out chilling. Yeah, it has something to do with, but the protest, man, that thing just fucking ignited that shit even, even more.
It had to have played a big part because there's a lot of large numbers. People were up on each other. And we knew it was a bad idea. We were watching it. The doctors were saying, if this doesn't affect us, we'll be lucky. And it did.
Yeah, right now we're at right now they're saying that we're at 40,000 Americans are getting, 40,000 people in the United States are getting infected every single day. Every day.
We don't have a national program to handle this. That's the problem, I feel like it, because our president is allowing each state to address it as individuals, but you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like Italy had a national plan. Everybody stay your monkey ass in the house till we tell you come out the house.
Yeah.
Now they're going on with life. This is it's got to be the government saying, listen, you got to wear a mask. You got to stay home. Everybody has the same curfew. Fuck that.
But see then
it's too wild. It's all over the place.
See, the problem with that is you got people out there protesting because
County.
you're violating their the constitutional rights. But the Constitution has nothing to do with this shit right now. This is a global fucking pandemic. A piece of paper is not gonna fucking tell you, hey, if you fucking wear a fucking mask, you're gonna be okay. Like, what the fuck is the difference? What is so hard about people wearing a fucking mask? It's not that hard. A piece of cloth.
They can't breathe.
Exactly. I can't breathe.
Billion.
Fucking, there's this fucking female that was on there saying, "Oh, well, I need to wear a mask because I can't breathe." Bitch, if you suck a dick for a while, you're gonna be and you can breathe. You're gonna be okay.
Hey, that lady at Trader Joe's here in North Hollywood, she went off about wearing a mask because somebody said something to her. She said, I can't wear a mask because my doctor told me I have asthma and all this type of stuff and da da da. I'm like, well, bitch, if all that's going on, then why the hell are you at Trader Joe's and you're out there amongst the people if you have underlying health conditions like that?
Exactly.
Why are you just hanging out like that without a mask? You're one of the people who really need to be wearing a mask.
People are stupid. Remember, people are stupid.
I don't look.
They are.
Look, I've never had asthma, so whoever has asthma, fucking, I don't know.
You can wear a mask if you have asthma.
But the thing is this: if you can wear a mask if you have asthma. I'm sorry, but that you're gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? If you're fucking running, you know what I mean, and you're wearing a mask, you're still gonna be okay.
Right. Well, yeah. If you're running and you're wearing a mask, you have asthma. That's different, But I mean, you probably gonna bring your inhaler or whatever, Yep. But don't be out there just willy nilly spreading any type of. I mean, because you have to think about this. You don't want to wear a mask because you think you're okay or you're not gonna get it. but you have to think about other people you're around who have
Especially
maybe
the
underlying
elderly.
health conditions. Yeah, the elderly, what you're going to bring home, all that type of stuff. You can't just think about yourself. This is not a time, like you said, Vato V, to be like, I'm an American and you're, impeding on my civil rights and all that bullshit. This is not all that. This is, throw all that out the door, man. This is about life. This is about living. This is about,
you know what it is? It's fucking common sense.
It's common sense.
Fucking sense. This is not this. It fuck you. Put the shit on. You're gonna be okay. Like put the shit on. You're gonna be okay. What the fuck? It's only temporary. It's not forever. Hopefully, it's not forever. That's the idea. Hopefully not.
Right.
But with the stupid people not wearing their mask, it could be forever.
Exactly. You know.
And if you're a freak
I've been
like
really stupid all year, so we'll see how long it takes for me to die.
Yeah.
So Scully, let me ask you this.
Scully, stop it. Oh my goodness.
You're not wearing a mask at all when you go out? Okay, what county are you in?
When I go in Costco to get my medication, I have to put my bandana on.
Okay, that's a mask. That's considered a mask, a face covering. That's the same thing, because most businesses require you to do that if their governor or their mayor makes it mandatory. You cannot go in any business without wearing your mask. So, whether you want to do it or not.
The governor can't do that. He can make a recommendation, and then the health departments can mandate that in a situation where it's an emergency.
Well, that's where it is right now. The health department, the World Health Organization, actually, well, at least here in the United States, the health department has basically said you need to wear your mask. But here's the thing, the top governance, politicians from the president on, they're saying, we're going to leave it up to the mayors and the governors of these cities and towns. There needs to be one, I hate to say it, almost one world order, if you will. There needs to be one top person who says we need to, people need to wear the mask. Governors, mayors, it's mandatory that you make your city and town, the people who live there, wear masks. But it's all over the place right now. There's no leadership.
Totalitarianism. We don't need that.
We do need that right now. People are dying. People are dying. That's exactly what we need. We need somebody. We need the top dogs to make sure everybody wears masks.
No, high risk people need to stay the fuck home, and everyone else needs to go out there and take care of business.
Now, even if you do have that person saying that, you're going to have dissenters no matter where you go.
Scully, the age is between.
You're not going to do it anyway.
And if they do, then they can't pretend. They can't go into my store. They can't go into other stores. They can't basically live their life in a normal way or somewhat of a normal way.
It's fine.
Because they're not going to go in without their mask. They're not going to be allowed in without their mask.
They won't wear it. They won't wear it. They'll go into your establishment, put it on. As soon as they leave, they take it off. And so, okay, there you go. So somebody passing them, not wearing a mask, they can get it and then go in the store, put the mask on, and the mask will be ineffective.
Okay, but at least if they're wearing a mask inside of an establishment where that social distancing may not be exercised so much, you can save a life here or there. You can save a couple of lives here. They're saying statistically, Dr. Fauci says statistically, if you wear your mask, it's going to save 30,000 lives statistically. This is from, the top doctor regarding all this type of stuff.
What he said?
Fauci, who counted those lives? Who counted it? He said 30,000. Like, did you count?
He said 30,000. He said 30,000.
Well, like I told you, like in America, like, there's 40,000 people getting infected on a daily basis. So this is the numbers that are coming out. According to Dr. Fauci, he said that this thing is getting so out of control that at one point it's going to be 100,000 people getting infected.
I did read that. You did say that.
A day. Yeah, 100,000 a day. That's up there. That's almost up there with not the bubonic plague, that happened in the 1600s, but
the Spanish flu.
Spanish flu.
Was that 100,000 a day almost?
You had about 40 million people die within 2 years. 40 million. That's a lot.
There you go. There. Now you're talking my game. I don't give a fuck how many people get it. That's how you get immunity. How many people are dying? That went down and has not been rising.
But Scully, in order to get immunity, this herd immunity you speak of, a lot of people, that takes about 3 to 5 years to happen, a lot of people, a lot of people die within that process to gain that herd immunity. You're going to lose a lot of lives.
You know what's happening now is that they're finding out that if you get coronavirus, there's after long-term effects that are affecting people's hearts, kidneys, and other organs. So, and you know, it's a long-term effect. So you don't want to get it. Period.
Right.
Von Miller, the Denver Bronco.
Break down your heart.
What happened with Von Miller?
Von Miller, the Denver Bronco, got the coronavirus early. He says till this day he cannot train, and he got it 4 months ago. He says he cannot train because his lungs are still scarred. This is a great athlete.
Yeah.
He said, my lungs are not strong enough for me to train.
I read an article where someone said they were 29 years old, healthy, and they're still using oxygen, and they got it, 3 or 4 months ago.
I bet you if this statistics if coronavirus caused this, a lot more people, especially men, would wear masks. If coronavirus caused impotence or erectile dysfunction, they need to put that out there.
What's the impotence? What that mean? What that word mean?
Your dick ain't working. Your dick don't work.
Does it get hard?
Impotence means you can't have children. Yeah. Impotence means you can't have children.
No, impotence.
Erectile dysfunction.
I can still get hard.
No, impotence means you can't get a hard on. Impotence means you can't get hard on.
Yeah, that's erectile dysfunction, right? I thought impotence.
I want to shoot blanks. I want to shoot blanks.
I want to shoot blanks.
Well, you could just have your girl stand on her head.
If you can't have children, that means you're sterile.
Yeah, if you can't have kids, you're sterile.
Okay.
But you know what, though? Hey, but they were talking about this. The doctors were talking about this not that long ago in regards to people having, men especially having coronavirus, that it affects their testicles. So I don't know what that means, but fuck that. Like if you can't procreate,
that is the most evil thing you've ever said.
Yeah, corona balls.
You just got a vasectomy for
Corona balls.
It's a corona vasectomy.
Yeah. and it was free from China.
And it's free. There you go. And God forbid.
You see a dude.
And see, people like, if I'm gonna be impotent, I gotta look
impotent. Can you see a dude with messed up balls and the chick looks at him like, "What is going on with your balls?" And he's like,
"I got the corona."
You see that McLaren over there? See that Bentley?
Look at that! Don't look at these balls.
Your balls are gonna look like the virus.
Oh man!
The last thing I need right now
they said that coronavirus is on pace to catch the Spanish flu in deaths worldwide, which was 50 million.
In its first season. Wow. This is only his first season. Corona's just like, I'm knocking him out, baby.
Right.
People died.
I think
we're only 4 months in it.
I know. Exactly.
Actually, no, we're half a year, which is like we're 7 months in it, and it already killed worldwide over 500,000 people.
500,000, exactly. They said,
and we have over 10 million people infected. 10 million. Yep. I mean, obviously and they were saying that those numbers are in comparison to what the real numbers are. They're saying that it might be 24% more people that are infected and 24% more people dead because of this virus. So
I love
we don't know yet.
We're gonna start calling you,
which is about 5 to 10% of the population worldwide, which is terrible.
That's crazy.
1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 people are dying from this.
Too many numbers. You can't follow.
Yeah, I know.
So 10 of my friends went out 8 days ago. 10 of them went out. Out of the 10, 5 of them got coronavirus. So the first they went out to the bar.
50%.
And I was gonna go. We talked about this. You know, that was crazy.
Yeah. Hey, KC, have you thought about shaving your beard? Because you know you can get corona on your beard, your hair, your facial hair. You know that, right?
I like
you can.
Smell. I like the smell it gathers. You know what I mean?
Corona.
Smell that corona.
Coronavirus beard.
You know how you tell when you got corona in your beard is it starts to turn the hairs gray.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a mark at me. That's a crack at me. I got you.
You know what? I get compliments on my homeless beard.
Hey.
Beard is in right now.
And probably donations.
If you got
that's funny.
All those friends that got sick, we should be highlighting that on all our shows and following how they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can tell you that. Well, out of the 5, 1 is really sick. Everybody else is just like, oh man, I feel fine.
The one that's really sick, does he have some type of underlying condition, health condition, or anything like that?
He had asthma. Well,
Yeah.
he says like he feels like he has serious asthma, but he's like, he's like, it's bad for him.
Is he
but everybody else is good to go.
Is he overweight or obese or anything like that? Because I think
he's a healthy Italian lad. He's healthy.
Is he still at home, not at the hospital?
No, he's at home.
Okay.
But he's not on the he just has a bad flu. It feels like he has a bad flu, he says.
Yeah.
Well, at least he doesn't have to go to the hospital. I mean, that's probably where.
Yeah, that's when you're like, that's when they clap when you leave.
Well, they say
like,
they say like when you're on a ventilator, regardless without the coronavirus, just regular ventilator, like your chances of making it are very low.
They're low.
Really?
Yeah. Anytime you go on the ventilator.
Oh, so that's like that's like a last resort, huh?
Yep.
And we had that happen personally. Ventilators, dude. Most people don't make it.
Yeah.
Luckily, my father-in-law did recently.
Oh, shit.
It doesn't matter what you have. A ventilator, dude, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're lucky to come out of it on a ventilator.
Hey, you know
wow.
what? One of my buddies, his dad, his mom traveled to Nicaragua, and
What'd you say? You said the N-word?
No, yeah.
Delano, I'm funny.
I know. Delano didn't keep catching up on that one. Usually, he's the first one to say that.
No, I know.
I'm sorry, Vato.
I'm slow today.
He traveled to Nicaragua.
That's how you say it in Chinese.
Yeah. he traveled to Nicaragua because his mom was over there.
Did you just say the N-word?
I did say that.
Too late.
So his mom went over there. His mom went over there and this is before they closed down the borders. So the dad flew over there and he ended up catching the virus over there. So he's still in the hospital. He was on a ventilator for a little while. I'm not sure. I have to hear the update on his dad and stuff. But this is a very close friend of mine. Like we're childhood buddies and stuff. And his pops is a really nice guy. But I have to check in and see what's up with that because I heard he was on a ventilator. So fuck, I hope that he's doing fine, man. So.
Hey, here's my theory on this, and tell me if you guys agree or disagree.
I
there's
disagree.
Disagree.
There's this thing called HIPAA law, right, where you can't put out people's personal information and all that. But America has an obese problem where people are overweight here. My theory is that a lot of these people who are dying of coronavirus may be overweight or dealing with issues like that, but they can't really say, well, yeah, we lost 10,000 people today and 7,000 of them were fat, or obese. They can't say those things. So, and we don't know anything about the people who are passing away. So I believe that, I don't know this for sure, but I believe that a lot of people who are passing away, dying of coronavirus, not who are getting it, people who are dying of it are
you blaming
like that? Maybe
what are you saying?
I'm not blaming. I'm just saying maybe a lot of these people.
They were so in bad health that they were already dying a slow death. That's what you're saying.
Well, I mean, usually obese people have
He's alluding to the fact that since they're big, they have underlying health issues.
There you go. Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. I was about to say. There's usually when you're a little overweight, you have some type of underlying health condition, diabetes, asthma, heart, some type of maybe failing heart condition, something like that. So of course, if you're a certain age, over 65, you're going to, it's a high chance you're going to have some of these things. But if you're young and you're dying of coronavirus, maybe, the underlying health condition is caused by some type of
They said the majority
obesity.
of these latest infections are young kids.
Are young people, yes.
Yeah.
Then that means the death rate's not going to go up.
Young fat
Yeah,
people.
they're not dying, but they're going to give it to their aunt or their uncle and kill them.
But listen. I agree with you, Texie. They said that the majority now cases are people under the age of 40.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem is that they are quite cavalier about not wearing their mask or catching the coronavirus, but they are ignorant of the fact that they could be
Spreading.
carrying the virus and transmitting it to the older population. And that's what they're worried about.
Yeah, and that's why they shut down all these bars and things like that, because they feel, when they had those open, a lot of young people, young people gather at bars and clubs and things like that.
These young people are the ones that were out there protesting, or out there gathering and all this. I mean, it just seems like that would be more.
I disagree. I don't think, because they did some type of research. Most of the states that had the high number, that have high numbers, are the states that were like where these protests occurred. Those aren't the states that have the high numbers. The highest numbers are.
We have high numbers. We had protests here.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, like, for the most part,
California is not one of the ones with the highest numbers. It's Florida,
yes, Texas,
Georgia, North Carolina, Texas.
It's
Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, Texas, and there's another state.
Arizona.
Keep in mind, the number of people that are infected is not what people should be tracking. That's the media fucking with your head. It is the death rate. That's the only thing that matters. We all get sick from viruses, so how many are dying and who is it that are dying? The only thing people should be paying attention to.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing. They're actually looking at it both ways. How many people are dying and how many people are getting infected, because usually the high number of infections equal a higher number of deaths. So they're just kind of trying to control that or monitor that with how many people are getting infected and things like that. So
yeah, but
actually, Franklin, high number of infections, they don't equate to fatality. It depends on the high number of infections in the age group.
Right.
Right.
Well,
So if you force a convalescent home or a home where people are being helped and they're old and sick, and you force those homes to take in sick people with fucking Rona and they all die, that's a wonderful way to up your numbers. And a lot of states did that. And I'm being a dick about
it. That's a messed up way to up your numbers.
Yeah.
It is. I'm being a dick about it, but it's totally true, man. They did it.
Scully, so you believe that the media is making these numbers up to make a fair tactic? For what reason? People are dying. We just want to get. I just want to get out the situation. That's
no,
why
I don't think the media is making it up. I think they're only showing, like, if the media says the numbers are up by 50% this week. Okay, what does that mean? So if we're in California,
that means a lot more.
It just means that if
from the last
one
time.
person was sick last week, 2 people are sick this week. So when they say percentages, they're trying to scare you. We need to see the numbers.
What I'm taking from the numbers, though, Todd, we're getting worse. We're not getting better. There's no progress being made.
Well, the death rate's not going up.
This way that we have it doing, I don't know about numbers. I just know every day they're like, motherfuckers is dying at alarming rates.
But if the death rate's
we can't have local governments doing this.
I think that the reason why the death rates are not going up is because doctors are understanding a little bit more on how to treat the virus, and they're giving a little different kind of medication. I know there's no medication out there yet that can cure it completely, but they're giving all this other kind of treatment. What's going on right now, as opposed to what happened 3-4 months ago when it started, when all these people were dying, they didn't know what to give them. They didn't know what, they were pretty much like guinea pigs. And now the people that are getting out of it, you know what I mean? They're okay. This works, so let's give them this. Oh, this is working now, so let's give them that. You know what I mean? So that's why I think the number of people not dying is because they're treating it, and they're understanding how to treat the virus now. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So what's cool?
That does not make sense.
Putting Lysol in your veins is not a cure.
The what?
No.
Putting Lysol in your veins is not a cure.
You know what?
Exactly.
Hey, let's not miss what V just said, man, because what he just said is positive, and people don't want to hear that, which is why the media won't say.
Of course, you don't want to hear
What do
positive.
you mean people don't want to hear positive?
They don't.
Well, the media likes to portray negative shit.
Exactly. It's called sensationalism for a reason.
No, what
I
Vodka V
get you.
just said is 100% accurate, dude. And and it is, dude. He just said good shit, but you don't see the media posting good shit. It's all negative to scare the fuck out of everyone and keep everyone into their fucking narrative. People should be saying what you're saying, bro. You should be, dude, fucking take a quick clip and share it with everybody. All that positive shit you just said.
Hey,
just keep sending me boobs. Just keep sharing boobs with me, Vato.
Yeah. You said, I missed it.
Hey, Scully, speaking of that, we do this thing on the show called Scully's Red Rant. He kind of went into it a little bit there.
My roommate's sister died Tuesday from coronavirus.
Oh, that's fucked up. Damn.
That sucks.
Damn, that's fucked up right before Scully's Red Rant. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to that's a tough act to follow. All right, so Scully, you have the floor, my friend. Scully's Red Rant.
You know what I hate? I fucking hate it when I'm about to go into a rant and people say something that hurts me.
What?
It fucking makes me sad. Because when I get sad, I turn it into fucking anger. I'm so sick of people saying things that make me feel bad. And then if I start to cry, dude, you're fucked. Because I tell you right now, dude, if someone makes me cry, I'm going to be getting mad. All right? So y'all just fucking stop it. Pay attention to what you're saying to other people, all right? Because we all have a fucking story and you don't know it. So if you actually do care, and I think you don't fucking say mean shit to people and don't drag us down, man, because we may come back and poke you in your eyes.
That is the first time I heard a grown man say, if you make me cry, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to beat your ass. You hurt my feelings. I'm going to kick your ass. That's the first time I heard a guy say that. I just want to say the views and opinions expressed by Scully do not reflect necessarily the views and opinions expressed by everyone in this show. But they're always great. They're always great. They're passionate, and we love them here, man.
That rant was pretty good. I think people can get on board with that one.
That was good. That was good.
I got it.
They're all good.
We need to be nice to each other.
Yeah.
We do.
Yes.
Hey, isn't wearing masks be nice to people?
Yes.
That's
Tech
another
C.
thing. People been flipping
Tech
out.
C, that was awesome what you said. That was awesome what you said, Tech C.
It is. It's being
Yeah.
courteous.
I'll
Be
stay
courteous,
6 foot apart
exactly.
and not spit in your face. That's what I'll contribute.
Yes. MACA should stand for Make America Great by wearing what? I'm fucking this up. I should have wrote it down. Make America wear masks. Fuck. I heard that. Anyway, I fucked it up.
The United States of China. They've been wearing masks forever. And ask them what, you know what? Here, yeah, fuck that too. Ask China
Yeah, what's going on?
that wear a mask, why they wear it, and they will tell you, because I'm filthy and I could have something that's gonna affect other people.
They started wearing it around here.
Brainwashed to wear that.
Stars.
Hey, Dr. Williams.
Yes, sir.
I'm wearing my mask for the rest of my life.
Okay.
That's what
Good.
they want, bro.
Save a
I'm
life.
committed.
Most people will save.
I ain't breathing no more air.
KC's so nasty. Most people will save one life by wearing a mask. He's going to save 8 lives by wearing his mask. So,
hey,
you're saving lives.
I don't know. Somebody brought up something about.
Casey, if you wear your mask when everybody else doesn't, see, then you're a criminal.
It's true.
Trendy.
It's unfortunate, but it's true. If you're a black man, you're wearing a mask, and you go to supermarket, and nobody else.
I don't know what.
Like,
I don't know what was
him.
just said.
He's saying if you wear your mask outside of shooting those porn videos, then you are you're saving lives. No. Vato V, you were going to say something. Sorry.
Hey, there's something that came out recently about in China again. There's another virus, another SARS virus that's coming out from.
I heard
about that.
They need to stall it out in China. China need to take a break.
From the H1N1,
I know.
It's like a continuation of the H1N1 coming from pigs that is transmitted from pigs to humans, but supposedly it's not transmitted from human to human, which is fucking retarded. But it's coming out again. That's what they're talking about. It's weird.
That was a swine flu, bro.
The swine flu. It's the second part about the swine flu. It's a new virus, but this is like the part 2 that is coming out. They're saying that it's coming out from pigs, and it's transmitting from pigs to human beings. but they're saying that they haven't found any like links that it's connected from human to human. It makes no sense, but like I don't know, man. This sounds
like a movie. H1N1 coming out part 2.
Exactly, but this is some bullshit, and it's coming out from China. So hey, I don't know, man.
What they're gonna do? They're gonna try and take our bacon.
Yeah.
No, don't like that. He likes his bacon.
No, I think we
should just fight. I think we should just fight them. Fuck it, dude. If all this is true, that the media is shoving down our throat, we should just fight these fuckers. Let's do it.
See,
well, speaking of that,
I would agree with you, but remember, almost a third of our population is obese, so we can't run.
Right? It's from eating all the bacon.
And it's from eating all the bacon.
Speaking of that, fighting another country, you guys have heard about what's going on with the controversy with Russia killing our soldiers in the Middle East. Apparently, they paid the Taliban to either ISIS or the Taliban to kill some of our soldiers to basically cause more fear, kill some of our soldiers so we can make our way out of the Middle East. So the Taliban is in cahoots with Russia and all that, and they're saying that Trump knew some things about it and didn't do anything about it because he's in cahoots with what's the guy's name? Putin. Yeah, Putin. He's in cahoots with Putin. So this is a big thing. We could possibly go to war.
That's what she said.
to me. So what do you think about that, fellas?
Yeah, I heard about that stuff where like you said, like the Russians are paying. It's like a bounty, like a bounty. They're paying the bounties to the Taliban or ISIS, whoever kills the most Americans. You know, the Russians are gonna pay the Taliban, whoever. You know what I mean? So they're gonna pay them whatever money.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, man. For Trump to be saying, "Oh, I overlooked that shit." What the fuck? Like, seriously, how the fuck do you overlook that shit when you have young Americans out there fighting for this country? That's a bullshit.
Yeah, Scully. Explain that, Scully. What's up with your boy? What's up with your boy?
One, I don't get sucked into media like you guys do, and I don't get sucked into politicians, dude. Both sides are not, dude. The Democrats don't give a fuck, and neither do the Republicans, dude. They don't give a fuck about any of us. Stop dividing people with what they're saying. One, Trump didn't say that. He hasn't said shit yet. He will, and it'll piss everyone off just like he normally does. Just keep him. Just stop, dude. Here's another rant, dude. Dude, if we're blaming, think about it, as a whole society, if we're blaming one person for everything, we're wrong. We're wrong. It's impossible for one person to be fucking responsible for everything. Especially when they're.
Well, you haven't dated me.
Right? Yeah, we just got to be careful with it. I'm not being mean to you guys. I'm just saying, dude, the media is shoving a lot of shit down people's fucking throats that isn't fucking true. They're twisting it. I mean, you guys know you can go to one news station and you get one version of it. Go to another. People have to turn the news off, man.
I agree. You know what? I agree with what you're saying, Scotty, and to a certain degree, because there's been times that I'm watching, CNN or Fox News, and obviously Fox News is infamous for defending the president, and CNN is opposing what the president says. But there's some shit that CNN has said that I'm like, what the fuck? That's some bullshit. Like that's some bullshit. That's bullshit news. And there's sometimes Fox News comes out and says some shit, and I'm like, I agree with this motherfucker what he's saying. So it depends on what. It's mixed. You know what I mean? It's just
Why do you agree with Fox and disagree with CNN?
No. I didn't say that. See, you're twisting my shit. What I'm saying is there's some shit that Fox News has said that I agree with, and there's some things that CNN says that I don't agree with. So
you're kind of saying that to our audience that CNN says things that you don't agree with, but Fox usually says things that you do agree with. So you're kind of saying you're.
He didn't say usually.
I agree with CNN.
Yeah, he didn't say usually.
But listen, he said he agrees with them with
Fox
on some points, and on some points he doesn't. That's what he's saying.
But he didn't say he didn't agree with Fox. He said he didn't agree with CNN.
Listen, he said he agrees with Fox on some things, and he agrees and disagrees with CNN on some things. So that means on some things it's vice versa. So that means he agrees with Fox on some things. He doesn't.
He needs to mention that.
Thank you,
Dr.
Williams, because there's people out here that don't listen.
I don't agree with anything Fox has to say, but I agree with most of what CNN has to say. And then when I'm watching Fox, you know, I don't agree. When I'm watching CNN, sometimes I don't agree, but I usually do agree. There you go. So.
Well,
what the fuck?
Well, whatever Liberty Chan tells me, I believe her.
Who?
Yeah.
Liberty Chan?
Liberty Chan, who is that?
LA, no?
No, she's
no, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's one of the booze. That's one of the booze.
Let the stalking begin, Liberty Chan. Let the stalking begin.
Who the hell's that?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Who is that? Must be some hot chick on Channel 5 or something, I guess, you know. But hey, don't worry about it, Scully. You got a crush on Trump, man. So that's your crush.
Hey, you guys are the ones that look for leadership, not me.
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't do leadership.
Scully is an independent thinker. That's what I like about it.
He's the leader. That's his job.
No, his job's to blow smoke up our ass.
Politicians.
How does
One
that
thing
feel,
about
by the way?
Yes, now we're getting there.
Scully is but yeah, Trump is just the worst of the politicians. Scully is a free thinker. He's an independent thinker. That's what I like about him.
He's an
kind of keeps his
country.
mind. Yeah, he keeps his mind open towards like he doesn't believe everything he hears. You know, he just believes everything Trump says. That's it. So you know. So guys, before we get out of here, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Casey. Casey?
No. I was just going to show how I'm funnier than you, but everybody knows. I'm just going to give another example to show how I'm funnier than you, but everybody knows already.
It's hard, man. It's hard. It's a hard job to be funnier than me. It's a huge responsibility. But hey, maybe you could do it, Casey. Maybe you could do it. So I'm going to say this, gentlemen. Maybe you could be funnier than me. I'm going to say this, gentlemen, before we get out of here. The last thing I want to say is it's so important. It is so important. Anybody who's listening, most of our audience, our audience is between the ages of 20 and people in their 50s or whatnot. To all these people, I want to say, yeah, we have a huge base. I want to say we have a forum here, gentlemen, and our job is to talk about things and educate folks that listen to our show. And I know sometimes we fail at that, but today is very important that we express to the people who are listening to us, please, please, please wear your mask, okay? If you live in Omaha like Scully and there's only 3 people there, it's okay. You don't need to wear a mask. But we live in a very dense area. Most of us were in Los Angeles County. We need to wear our masks. Gentlemen, I do not want us to have a show on here or hear something about one of you catching coronavirus or anything like that. KC came close to it. It almost happened to him, his friends or whatnot. God bless them. Hopefully they're going to recover okay. But I love all you guys, and please, I don't want anything to happen to you. So please wear your mask. Take care of your families. Remember, we're not just doing it for us, but we're all in this together. You see all the commercials. You see them every day. We're all in this together. We are all in this together, Scully.
Bro.
When it comes to these masks, but you know what? When it comes to the mask, though, I agree with that. With that remark,
not
you know,
all in this together. That is such a falsehood.
Okay, so when you don't wear your mask and something happens to you and you take it home to your family, I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm just saying people. They take it home to their families. That's on them. You know what I mean? I mean, you're gonna look back and say, "Damn, I should have worn my mask because I caused my family to get sick here, or something happened to my child or my grandmother or my father." So we need to, everybody here on this show, all of our audience, we need to wear those masks. Call it what you want. Say it how you want. Scully, if you don't agree with that remark, we're all in this together. I'll say it differently. We all need to do this. We all need to wear a mask, okay? That's what I'm saying. So, fellas, just take care of yourself. I love you guys. Even you, Dr. Williams. Dr. Williams, I kind of like you. So, you know, you're in that range. So before we get out of here, any last words, gentlemen?
Yeah, wear your mask, so I don't have to.
That's great. That's great. That's great. That's good. That's good. You should put that on a T-shirt.
You don't have to because he's in the desert around nobody.
Right. That was funny.
That's a
Scully's
motto. I
isolated.
like that
Scully's over
motto.
there with-
Wear your mask so I don't have to.
Hey,
That's
Casey, I was,
funny.
with the Bears,
Casey,
man,
I was
like,
funnier than you right there.
Yeah, Scully might beat it, Casey.
But you're still funnier than Delano. That's what the best part is. You know what I'm saying? we're funnier than him.
Scully,
And we're
hey,
not
you
even
guys,
comedians. I don't even call
Hey.
myself a comedian. I'm just Ace.
hey, you guys, hey, man, you're doing good. You're doing good. Boys are doing good. Hey, fellas, so I guess that's our show. Folks, remember, we say this all the time on our show. Remember, in life, you're good. But if you wear your masks, you could be the best.
Could be the best.
That's our show, folks.
USA.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, gentlemen, have a good one, man.
Take care.
Peace.